Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive with us. Today, we're going kind of behind the scenes into the world of Canadian charities and specifically how they decide,
Right.
where to give grants.
Yeah.
And, when you hear due diligence, it doesn't maybe sound like the most exciting topic, but
Too dry.
yeah, it can be, but
Yeah.
stick with us because it's actually really fascinating
It is.
to kind of see how this whole process works.
Yeah, it's like a backstage pass
Yeah.
to the world of philanthropy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our focus today is on the model that the CRA recommends for due diligence.
The Canada Revenue Agency, for anyone who's not
Right,
familiar.
acronym. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be drawing mainly from this really interesting article from B.I.G Charity Law Group.
Okay.
And they're a Canadian legal firm that specializes in charity law, so they really know their stuff.
They do.
And they kind of break it down in a really interesting way. Yeah, they do a good job of making it accessible in people who maybe aren't lawyers.
Yeah, not immersed in this world all the time.
Exactly.
Exactly. So they make the point that this model is really there to help charities be more strategic and more responsible with their funding.
Yeah, and it's not just about...
Actually with grants.
Yeah, it's not just about legality.
Yeah.
Right? It's about
Yeah.
ensuring that charitable dollars are actually having the biggest impact that they can.
So let's sort of walk through this a little bit.
Okay.
So imagine you're a charity.
Yeah.
And you have a particular mission. Yeah. Right? Like maybe you're dedicated to environmental conservation.
Okay.
The first thing that this article really emphasizes is alignment with charitable purpose.
Alignment with charitable purpose, yes.
So, that might sound pretty straightforward, but...
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often organizations sort of lose sight of this fundamental principle.
I mean, imagine that same charity giving a grant to, like, a theater group.
Right, yeah.
Both of those are very worthwhile things.
Totally, but the connection isn't really there.
The connection isn't there.
Yeah.
So the grant really needs to directly support
Yes, it has
the core goals of that charity.
Support the charitable purpose of the organization.
So once you've kind of gone through that process,
okay,
the next step is something called risk assessment.
Risk assessment.
Now, this sounds a little bit more...
Yeah.
It's getting detective work, wouldn't you say?
It's a little more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to investigate a little bit.
Exactly. So you need to evaluate all the potential risks before you just...
Before you hand out any money.
Hand over the money.
Exactly.
And they talk about these risks as being low, medium, or high, depending on a variety of factors.
It's a sliding scale.
So it's like a sliding scale.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So a high-risk grant is going to require a lot more...
Yeah, a lot more scrutiny.
The low-risk grant.
A lot more checks and balances.
So, like, what kinds of things would bump a grant up into that high-risk category?
So, for example, if you're a charity that's considering funding a project in a region with, political instability...
All right.
That's automatically going to raise some red flags.
Right.
Because there's a higher chance of funds being misused. Right. Or the project maybe even failing.
Yeah.
Due to external factors that are beyond your control.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you really have to ask a lot of...
You got to do your research.
Tough questions before you sort of proceed. So then even if everything checks out...
Okay.
There's still the paperwork, right?
Yes. The dreaded documentation.
Yeah.
Dreaded documentation set.
It might not be the most exciting part.
Right.
But it's incredibly important.
Yeah, and they really emphasize how...
Thorough documentation is so crucial for transparency and accountability.
They protect both the charity and the grantee.
Now it's not just about filing things away.
No. It's not just about...
And forgetting about it.
Shoving it in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah, this documentation is what helps charities actually track the impact.
It's about measuring impact.
And get their grants.
Yeah. Did the project actually achieve its goals?
Yeah. Did it actually do?
Yeah. And if not, why not?
What it set out to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if it didn't, why not?
Yes, exactly.
So it's like a really important feedback loop.
It is a feedback loop for more effective philanthropy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not just boring paperwork.
No, it's much more than that.
It's like really useful information.
It is.
Now, one of the things I thought was really interesting in here was the benefits of due diligence section.
Okay.
So it's like what's in it for everybody.
Yeah, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
Right.
So for the charity, it basically provides like a safety net.
It does, it does.
So if for whatever reason the grantee doesn't fulfill their obligations, due diligence is there.
Yeah, the due diligence gives you recourse.
Exactly.
It gives you a course of action.
And it minimizes financial risk.
Yeah, it minimizes risk.
And then it increases the likelihood.
And it increases the likelihood of successful outcomes.
Yeah. And even the CRA recognizes that there's a cost associated with managing grants.
It's not free to
do all of this.
Yeah, expenses are essential for effective administration.
Yes.
So it's not just about like, being cheap and cutting corners.
It's about investing in due diligence as an
an
investment in the success of the charitable sector as a whole.
So we've talked about how this model benefits charities. But what about the bigger picture?
Like, how does all of this due diligence actually impact the causes that these charities are supporting?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because by ensuring that grants are given strategically, that they're managed responsibly, and that they're tracked thoroughly, you're essentially maximizing the positive impact of those charitable dollars.
So whether it's, protecting endangered species or providing educational opportunities.
That is due diligence.
Yeah, whatever cause you're passionate about, due diligence helps to make sure that money is making a real difference.
That the money is actually making a difference.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like ticking boxes.
No, it's not a bureaucratic exercise.
It's about
a
system where giving is as effective as possible.
Where charitable giving is as effective as possible.
Exactly. And it's about making sure that money is being used and that the money is being used
to really help people in communities.
To help people in communities in the best way possible.
In the best way possible. Yeah. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that this CRA model is like the only thing that matters in charitable grant making.
It's not the be-all and end-all.
Yeah, there are probably lots of
There are definitely other factors
that influence a charity's decisions beyond this model.
Absolutely. Yeah. Charities also have to consider their own internal policies, their risk appetite, their capacity to manage grants effectively.
So each charity will have...
So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Its own unique set of circumstances.
Each charity has its own unique set of circumstances that influence their decision-making.
Yeah, so it's like a balancing act.
It is a balancing act.
Weighing all these different factors.
Is it coming? Yeah. Best decision.
To make the most informed decision.
So before we get too deep into like those internal considerations, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about a particular type of grantee that requires a slightly different approach.
All right.
And these are the non-qualified dunnies.
Non-qualified dunnies.
And they're specifically mentioned in this article, and I think it's worth exploring.
It's worth unpacking that a little bit.
It's a little bit more.
Yeah. For sure.
But before we do that,
let's
just take a quick pause.
Let's let this all sink in.
To let all this information sink in.
Yes. So non-qualified dunnies.
Okay. Yeah. I'm ready to dive into that.
Let's dive in.
I have to admit, though, like when I hear the term non-qualified dunny, it sounds kind of...
It sounds a little scary.
Intimidating. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you break that down for me?
Absolutely.
Or for our listeners?
In Canada...
Yeah.
A qualified dunny is basically another registered charity.
So a non-qualified dun is any organization or individual that isn't officially registered as a charity with the CRA. Okay. So this could include international organizations, community groups, or even individuals carrying out charitable activities.
So why would a charity even consider giving money?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
To an organization that's not...
Somebody who's not...
A registered charity.
A registered charity.
Right. Wouldn't it be easier and maybe even safer?
Yeah, wouldn't it just be simpler
to just stick with those who are already registered?
You should do with the ones that are already...
Well, it's a great question.
Yeah.
And it gets to the heart of why due diligence is so important.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most effective way for a charity to achieve its mission is by partnering with groups that are working directly on the ground.
Right.
Even if they don't have that official charitable status.
Okay.
So imagine a Canadian charity that's focused on providing clean water in a developing country.
Right.
Partnering with a local community group that already has deep roots in the region.
Makes sense.
Might be the most effective way to make a difference.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Even if that group isn't a registered charity in Canada.
So it's not about like ticking boxes. It's about
finding the best partner. Finding the best partners to get the work done.
Yeah.
But I imagine giving money to non-qualified dunnies probably adds another layer of complexity.
It does.
The whole due diligence process.
Absolutely.
Right.
The CRA is very clear that charities need to take extra precautions when granting funds to non-qualified dunnies.
So that alignment with charitable purpose we talked about?
That becomes even more crucial here.
Yeah, that becomes even more important here.
Because the charity needs to demonstrate a clear link between the grant and its own charitable objectives. So it's almost like the charity is vouching for the non-qualified done.
In a way they are.
Yeah, saying we trust this organization.
We trust this organization.
To use these funds responsibly.
To use these funds responsibly.
To further our mission.
To further our mission.
That's a big responsibility.
It is a big responsibility.
So walk me through it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what are some specific things that charities need to look for when they're assessing risk with a non-qualified done?
First and foremost, they need to understand a non-qualified done's track record. So have they successfully managed similar projects in the past? Do they have solid financial practices in place? Are they transparent and accountable in their operations?
So there's a lot of research.
It's a lot of research
to go into this.
But remember, the charity is ultimately accountable to the CRA for ensuring these funds are used for charitable purposes. Regardless of who receives them.
Regardless of who receives them.
So they need to be comfortable with the level of control they'll have over how the funds are used.
So it's not just about scrutinizing the non-qualified done.
It's not just about that.
It's
also about building
a relationship.
A strong collaborative relationship.
Based on
shared values and goals.
Shared values and goals.
Exactly.
And I bet the documentation.
Not the documentation.
Even more.
Is even more stringent in these cases.
Stringent in these cases.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Remember how we talked about documentation?
Yeah.
Being important for transparency and accountability?
Yeah.
Well, that's amplified when working with non-qualified dunnies.
Right.
The charity needs to keep meticulous records of everything.
Of everything.
The grant agreement, the due diligence process, the financial reports, all communication.
So it's like creating this...
The paper trail.
Paper trail.
To demonstrate.
To prove...
that they've done their homework.
You've done your due diligence.
And taken all the necessary precautions.
Now, we've talked a lot about the challenges and the potential risks, but let's not forget about the...
But let's not forget about the potential.
Incredible potential.
Incredible potential of supporting...
A non-qualified dunny.
Non-qualified dunnies.
What are some of the benefits that come with these kinds of partnerships?
As I mentioned earlier, non-qualified dunnies are often working directly on the front lines of social change. They might have deep roots in their communities, a unique understanding of local needs, and the agility to respond quickly to emerging challenges.
So by partnering with these groups...
So by partnering with them...
Charities can tap into... Like a wealth of knowledge and experience.
There is wealth of knowledge, experience, and passion. That they might not find elsewhere.
That they wouldn't find elsewhere.
It's about leveraging the strengths of both parties.
It's like
to create a more impactful outcome.
These grassroots organizations to do.
They're providing not just financial support, but also access to resources, networks, and expertise.
It's a win-win for everybody.
It is a win-win.
So even though it comes with added responsibilities,
it does.
The potential rewards seem huge.
The potential rewards are significant.
Okay, so the article we've been talking about really focuses on like the CRA's perspective and the legal requirements for charities. What about the non-qualified dunnies themselves?
That's a fantastic point.
Like, what should they know?
And it's something that's often overlooked. Non-qualified dunnies have a responsibility to understand the expectations of the charities they're partnering with. They need to be transparent about their operations. Accountable for how they use the funds and proactive in communicating with the charity throughout the grant cycle.
So it's really a two-way street.
It's a two-way street.
Open and honest communication.
Open and honest communication is essential for creating successful partnerships.
So to sum it up, granting funds to non-qualified dunnies requires a more nuanced approach.
A more nuanced approach to due diligence.
Due diligence.
But The potential for impact.
The potential
for a worthwhile endeavor.
For impact is huge.
It is.
So it's about looking beyond the labels.
So looking beyond the labels.
And finding the right partners.
And finding the right partner.
Partner to make change happen.
To create meaningful change.
This has been really interesting.
Yeah, this has been a good conversation.
I feel like I'm starting to see...
It's a fascinating world, isn't it?
The whole grant-making process in a new light.
Full of challenges and opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
All right.
You said that due diligence
yeah.
is about maximizing the impact
yes.
of charitable dollars.
It is about maximizing impact.
And it got me thinking
yeah.
about the potential ripple effects of all of this.
Yeah.
So if charities become more strategic...
Right, if they're more thoughtful.
In their grant-making.
In their grant-making. And if non-qualified dunnies are empowered...
Qualified dunnies.
Are empowered to do even more.
Yeah.
I mean, the positive outcomes.
The positive outcomes could be transformative.
Could be really amazing.
Yes, right.
Absolutely.
It's exciting to think about.
It is exciting to think about.
We've been focusing specifically on the Canadian context today.
Right.
But I imagine these principles... of due diligence and responsible grant-making are relevant globally.
They're relevant, like, all over the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, like the specific rules might be different in different countries.
The regulations.
Might differ.
Yeah.
But the core principles remain the same.
Yeah. The core principles are the same?
Transparency, accountability.
Everywhere.
Measuring impact.
Yeah. Those are like universal...
These are universal concepts.
In this world.
In the world of philanthropy.
So it's not just a Canadian thing. It's like...
No, it's a global...
A global conversation.
We're all kind of working towards...
We're all part of this movement. Towards more effective...
An ethical philanthropy.
An ethical philanthropy.
And that movement needs all of us.
Yeah, it does.
It needs charities.
Yeah.
It needs non-qualified dunnies.
It needs
donors.
The donors.
It needs the public.
The public. Everybody should be involved.
We need to have these conversations.
Yeah, we need to.
We need to share what we've learned.
Talk about this stuff.
And we need to always be looking for ways to improve.
Well, I think this deep dive has given our listeners a lot to think about.
I think we've challenged some assumptions.
Yeah, definitely challenged some assumptions.
About charitable giving.
And shown how important it is.
And shown the potential of supporting non-qualified dunnies.
So before we go,
yes,
I just want to encourage everyone listening.
Please do.
To check out the
resources.
Resources that we mentioned.
We mentioned
from B.I.G. Charity Law Group.
From B.I.G.
We'll be sure to include.
We'll include links.
Links in the show notes. And just remember,
the world of philanthropy.
This whole world of philanthropy is constantly changing.
There's always something new to learn.
And there's always more to learn.
That's the beauty of it.
So huge thanks to you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
On this journey.
It's been a pleasure.
Into the world of grant making and due diligence.
It has.
I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
And until next time, stay curious.
Stay curious.
And keep exploring.